Hi, everyone, and welcome to Strategic Wealth Strategies Podcast with Alan Porter. Alan, what's going on, man? How are you?
Well, it's been quite a week, Neil. I'm sitting here working the other day, and I get a text from my grandfather. Excuse me. I got a text from my granddaughter. She says, "Papa, I love you. I'm involved in an active shooter on campus at UNC Chapel Hill." And I'm going on. You don't think about things like this. And then about 30 minutes later, her and her friend had locked herself in the bathroom in one of the buildings there. About 30 minutes later, I got this video. I want to share the screen with you right now.
Wow.
But this is what was sent to me. These girls are scared to death.
Yeah. Amazing to see something like that.
I mean, it's something else. I mean, it's just people do not understand. And I got to thinking about the information that we shared last week, on the documents the child needs to have when they go to college. And I got to looking at this, and I got to thinking, my God, what would happen if something would have happened to Taylor? I mean, she didn't have number one, the HIPAA form signed. If you don't have that signed, she's over 18, and she gets in a car wreck or was injured in this, we can't find anything out about her health. The other thing, she didn't have a healthcare proxy. What it is a power of attorney that allows a trusted individual to make medical decisions for a young person when they're not able to. A living will also. When the child is away at school and a medical crisis occurs, if you don't decide what to have as far as life-saving measures, such as a CPR, ventilators, artificial nutrition, just things like that need to be decided on for the child goes to school. A durable power of attorney for the finances, health insurance. And this is another one that I have never heard of before till I did that report last week, but it may come as a surprise. It's called a FERPA waiver. It's the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. But the thing is, many parents who might be paying for the child's education, if they don't have the child sign that FERPA waiver, they can't even have access to the account for the kid's grades, disciplinary actions, or anything else. And everybody I've talked to, no one knows anything about this. It was a great article in Wall Street Journal, and I thought it was a great thing to bring up. And I've seen it. We brought it up last week, but I want to bring it up again this week because it was it hit me like a ton of bricks. If something would have happened to my granddaughter, none of these documents have been signed. And if she was hurt, and think about the kids in college right now to get hurt in a traffic accident or something, and they're not prepared. It's amazing what people, are not prepared to do. I mean, it's just like we discuss all the time. They're not prepared for the risk in retirement. They're not prepared for long-term care risk. Well, this is just another risk that will financially affect you. But if you take care of it now, have some proactive action, you can save yourself from a world of heartache and legal fees and many other things. Like one of the things they said in that article was, you don't be standing around arguing, well, what should we do when your child is laying in her bed and you can't make any medical decisions for them. I couldn't imagine being in that position. But for a moment, when I was playing that video, I said, oh my God, what would have happened to Taylor? And it's really eye-opening, Neil. And people need to understand this. And if they want to find out more about it, they can contact me, 910-551-1046. We'll just talk about it. I'll send them the documents or they can get the documents, or email me on my email address, strategicwealth0, the number 0 @gmail.com. But Neil, this is extremely important, and I didn't realize how important it was until this happened to me this week. But this is a real short podcast, but I just thought it needed to be put out there and put out as soon as possible, because there's going to be many people that are affected by it.
Oh, absolutely, Alan. We appreciate it. Thanks again. And it's just information, so that everyone needs to go back and watch the last podcast to get all that information. But then Alan's kind of talking about how important it is for your kids to do this. So I appreciate it, Alan.
Yeah, I mean, if the people just want to give me a call and we have a short conversation, that's all it is about education. Like I said all the time, but it's just one of these things that I never knew about, never thought about it, to tell you the truth.
Exactly.
But,
all right.
well, everybody never has to go through that because it's not fun.
No, I totally. All right. That was the Strategic Wealth Strategy Podcast, guys. Take care.